G'day trendsetters, I'm John with Gravel Cyclist and I'm coming to you today with another no bull review. This time around I present to you my long-term review of Campagnolo's Chorus 2x12 mechanical drivetrain. If you're a regular to the gravelcyclist.com website or Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, you'll already have seen my review of the bicycle that these parts are attached to, the Sage titanium Barlow, and also the wheel set, the MVG23 Gravel. Both of those reviews are linked in the description below. Campagnolo have had many firsts over the years. Tullio Campagnolo invented the quick release, which led to the foundation of Campagnolo itself, and it was the first company to release a 12-speed group set designed for road cycling. And more recently, the first company to release a 13-speed mechanical group set designed exclusively for the riggers of gravel, that being Campagnolo E-Car, and that is a group set I am reviewing at the time of this video, so be sure to watch this space. I'll state this immediately. Campagnolo's Chorus 2x12 group set was never designed with the rigours of gravel cycling in mind, but that's not to say it hasn't been a top performer. More on that later. For those unfamiliar with Campagnolo's mechanical shifting, I'll explain how it works and how the group set has performed over the long term, and that includes the cranks, brakes and cassette, all of which go into this complete group set. Campagnolo splits the duties of shifting the derailleurs up and down with two independent shift levers. The brake lever handles brakes only. To shift down the cassette to a harder gear, you push the thumb button down. And with Campagnolo Chorus, you can push 1, 2 or 3 gears at a time. It depends on how far you push the thumb lever. I love this feature. It is super handy for dumping a couple of gears fast when you crest a hill. To shift up the cassette to an easier gear, you push this gear lever to engage 1, 2 or 3 shifts. And just like the downshift, it depends on how far you push the lever. This feature is handy for those times when you may encounter a tight gravelly hairpin and need to dump to some serious lower gears in a real hurry. Those folks who race cyclocross can likely relate to this scenario. For the front derailleur, the thumb shift button drops the front derailleur to the small chainring position and the upshift lever places the chain onto the big chainring position. In my experience, I believe Campagnolo's mechanical gear shifting is the fastest going for multiple shifts and arguably for single shifts even faster than electronic. The hand motions required to operate this group set take less energy than other mechanical group sets on the market, and over the long haul that can make a difference. In my opinion, Campagnolo's disc brake shifters are the most comfortable mechanical design going. They work well for big or small hands and can be adjusted in two areas: modulation or free travel of the brake lever and the position of the brake lever relative to the handlebar. I've experienced no pain, numbness or annoying hot spots, and I seldom use gloves and have racked up a ton of miles and kilometers on this system. There is no confusion about which shift function you are performing with an independent shifter for up or down shifting. As mentioned earlier, this group set was never designed for getting filthy on dirt, mixed surface roads and so on, so therefore the rear derailleur is devoid of a clutch. However, I've been riding dirt and gravelly roads since 2006 and somehow myself and many of you watching this video have gotten by just fine without needing a clutch in a rear derailleur. That isn't to say I'm thankful for the invention of the clutch rear derailleur. This Chorus rear derailleur can shift up to a 34-tooth cog, but the cassette in my review scenario is an 11-32. With a sweet spread of 12 gears, you won't suffer the annoyances of huge gaps between each cog. The mechanical front derailleur never misses a shift, assuming it has been appropriately set up. I haven't tuned the group set on this review bike in any way since I received it, and that's a testament to Campagnolo and the crew at Sage titanium bicycles. The front derailleur shifts beautifully up and down and has 2 trim positions on the big chainring and 2 positions on the small chainring. Also, you may notice the shifting cables on this bike are completely exposed. I believe that too is a testament to how well this group set performs, although I'd be inclined to run a sealed cable system if this bike belonged to me. There's plenty of tyre clearance between the rear of the front derailleur and the rear tyre, but your bike's chainstay length will have some bearing on this. But I've got a ton of clearance with these Panarasa Gravel King SS tyres in 700C by 38mm. The matching Chorus carbon crankset is a thing of beauty. Campagnolo's components have always been the most beautiful and stylish, along with proven functionality. This crankset features 48 and 32 tooth chainrings. When paired with the 11:32 cassette I have on the bike, you get a 1:1 lowest ratio, and less than 1:1 with the 11:34 cassette that's also available. Sure, this groupset does not have the lowest of gear ratios for a 12-speed system, but it was designed for road and never for gravel. There's another drivetrain designed for gravel with 48 and 31 tooth chainrings, and you get just about the same ratios, and people love that system, but with one more cog. The other positive with the 48 tooth chainring, if you enjoy taking your gravel bike onto the pavement from time to time, you should find that gearing has no detractors, even if you like to join in with the odd roadie group ride or two, assuming COVID-19 isn't around. The one negative about the Campagnolo Chorus 12-speed cassettes, they're approximately $200 US. The Campagnolo Chorus 12-speed chains are quite reasonable, priced at about $43 US. On to brakes, and Campagnolo relies on mineral oil of their own variety. Mineral oil is nice for all concerned, and it won't potentially knacker your paint or other nice surfaces on your bicycle. These levers offer a ton of power modulation from the hoods or the drops, and once bled properly, these brakes feel exactly like a well-dialed rim brake with pads close to the rim. They possess fantastic modulation and manageable power, and more power as you pull the lever closer to the handlebar. The Campagnolo branded calipers themselves aren't the most stylish of Campagnolo's offerings, and some observant types watching this review may have something to say about their source of manufacturer. That last point aside, they have performed admirably over the course of my review with outstanding reliability and performance across all manner of terrain. Unfortunately, I've only used Campagnolo's own brake rotors with this system, namely a 160mm front and a 140mm rear, and even with heavy braking on the rear, there's zero fade. And if you're looking for descending tips on a gravel bike, be sure to check out the video I have linked in the description below, which include insights from Dave Zabriskie, and he knows more than a thing or two about how to descend in a rapid manner. In closing, whilst Campagnolo Chorus mechanical 2x12 with hydraulic disc brakes was never designed for the rigours of gravel cycling, it really is the unsung hero if you like to take your bicycle on the gravelly road less travelled. You get a versatile 2x12 group set with a huge spread of gears that will conquer most terrain you are likely to encounter. The group set will cater to just about every subset of cycling you can think of: bike packing, slack packing, gravel riding, gravel racing, and riding gravelly roads with your mates and friends, or solo. If you're the type of cyclist who likes to ride something different from the norm and you're looking for a 2x system, you might seriously want to consider this drivetrain. One thing to remember, just like other drivetrain systems from Shimano and SRAM, this system also has a different cassette body that may not play well with your existing drivetrains, unless of course you already own a Campagnolo bike. So that's my long-term review of the super sweet Campagnolo Chorus 2x12 mechanical drivetrain with hydraulic disc brakes. I realize nowadays there are several drivetrain options designed for you to build up your perfect gravel bike, so I hope that my review went some way into helping you make an informed purchase decision. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell button. The little bell notification will let you know when new videos are released to the channel. Videos like this, bike reviews, ride experience videos, and other madness, as all of it is released to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.